Gaming laptops are big, thick and heavy, and everything I just said was completely wrong. Especially in the past few years, our beloved mobile gaming companions have come down in size and weight, while at the same time getting more and more capable. Up to a point where even a slim notebook with a dedicated GPU can be your only machine for all of your virtual entertainment at home and all of your work endeavors at the same time, without breaking your back when carrying your precious gaming compatriot around. And since I did not just want to give you a list of lighter and slimmer than usual laptops, I asked myself where size and weight are of the utmost importance. And since I'm traveling a lot and fitting everything in the backpack without stretching the limit of the magical 7 kg carry-on restriction being enforced by most airlines around the world, well, how much tech and laptop can you actually take with you? Together with our German retail partner Notebooksbilliger, who sponsored today's video, I packed these 3 backpacks, and all of them do not only contain a capable yet lightweight gaming laptop across all display sizes, betting on Team Green's latest RTX 50 series mobile GPUs, but all of them come with a fitting setup catering to different scenarios. So how about I walk you through each and every one of them, tell you a bit more about what you can expect when it comes to performance, and also give you a few alternative options we have already tested on the channel and the website, so you are covered when size and weight are important for you. Let's get into it. Alrighty folks, how about we start with this one right here, and when putting this one on a scale, we are greeted with around 4 kg. Not too bad considering the size of this thing, and that I told you before, all of these backpacks are housing gaming capable laptops. So how about we do a little unboxing. The star of the show for this one would be the Asus TUF A14, which is one, if not the lightest 14-inch laptop, while still rocking a full wattage RTX 5060 paired with a Ryzen 7 CPU for that sweet spot between performance and efficiency. The laptop itself weighs around 1.5 kg, putting it at least 100 grams below something like the Razer Blade 14 or the ROG Zephyrus G14. And despite this one being technically a gaming laptop, the clean design and understated appearance will not draw too much attention when taking it to the office. But the QHD 165Hz IPS panel will still net you an enjoyable experience for your favorite games. And thanks to the weight, or rather the lack thereof, I was able to add a mouse, a headset and even a controller in addition to the laptop charger, and still have a bit of capacity left, be it either for clothes when going for a weekend trip or whatever else you might need when being out and about. Build quality for the A14 thankfully also leaves little to be desired, and while most of the chassis might be plastic, the TUF still feels, well, tough, no pun intended. But what about its gaming prowess? I mean, a light laptop is not doing you any good when it can't run games. Well, I put it to the test in Arc Raiders, and the RTX 5060 delivers a very enjoyable experience, and even in the highest possible settings, including ray-traced global illumination, I was able to get around 50 to 60 FPS depending on the area of the map, and that's in the display's native 2560 by 1600 pixel resolution. Really not too bad for such a small laptop, and since we are talking an Nvidia GPU here, you of course get a ton of additional tuning potential, and with DLSS in quality you get the same 60-ish FPS experience without the need for the louder turbo mode of the TUF. And if you want some additional FPS, even DLSS performance looks pretty much the same. I mean, it's a 14-inch screen after all. As always, there's an additional boost with frame generation, and with 4X you get either beyond about 120 to 130 FPS in balanced or 150 in turbo mode, therefore almost maxing out the native refresh rate. And that played well for me without any latency issues that would distract me from the game. There are some very slight visual artifacts in certain situations around your character with busy backgrounds or your shadows while moving, but again it's only really noticeable when you are actively looking for it, and for me it's a fair trade-off considering the FPS experience I'm able to get from a 14-inch laptop weighing just 1.5 kg. And this is also just one game, so other titles might not have the same issues. Considering we are still in QHD and epic settings, you got a lot of additional tuning potential if you would rather lower the resolution or visual fidelity, but I simply enjoy being able to max out everything regarding graphics as intended by the developers. Changing gears to something a little bit more niche, the TUF A14 is also a great on-the-go companion if you need a capable yet super lightweight laptop for any out-of-home creator assignments. For example, when I'm traveling with my camera gear, I usually take this carry-on, and staying within the 7 kgs while also fitting a laptop is actually almost impossible, and it's even with this one. But I managed to stay within 8 kg, even though I had to exchange the charger for this small 65-watt variant, which may not give you the full performance, but still allows you to do some photo editing on the go easily, and even working on our videos is not a problem when making some compromises with the timeline resolution in Resolve 20. Alright, that is the super light 14-inch category, but what about the situation when you would need or want a bigger screen? The logical step would be 16-inch, but I'd actually like to go a bit more of a traditional route, and inside this Alienware backpack, and by the way, I love this one, we got one of my favorite laptops for 2025. And if you want the most bang for the buck without almost any compromises, you should definitely keep this one on your shortlist. Alright, let's get this one unpacked. And by the way, this backpack comes in at 6.8 kg, and what I have in here is a second screen, a USB-C dock, chargers, a mouse, a headset, an iPad, and the star of the show, the Lenovo Legion 5 and its RTX 5070 config, coming in at roughly 1.9 kg by itself. So within a single backpack, you have pretty much everything you would need for a few days away from home, at least when it comes to gaming tech. So maybe you want to stream or simply want to watch some videos while you enjoy your games. And a second screen is of course also super handy when you have to do some work in between. And with this setup you can do everything that comes to mind. And the Legion itself brings some serious computing grunt as well, and as a bit of a showcase I played some Borderlands 4 on it. And as you might have heard, while the latest installment in the series is an immense amount of fun, it doesn't run particularly well. So in high settings rendered in full HD I was barely able to scratch 40 FPS, not quite ideal for an FPS shooter. So in the past you would have to either drop things even further when it comes to visual fidelity, which would really be a shame considering the game actually does look very nice, or venture into resolutions below even 1080p or 1200p in this case, which even on a 15-inch display would start to look a bit fuzzy. But in 2025 I would personally rather play around with upscaling and frame generation, and in DLSS performance, which once again still looks quite a bit better than dropping the resolution, we get a very welcome initial boost beyond 50 FPS, and opting for 4x MFG got us very well above 100 FPS and on occasion quite close to the OLED's 165Hz refresh rate. Is it the same experience as traditionally rendered frames in the same ballpark? Well, no, but considering that you will have a hard time even getting there with laptops that cost almost twice as much as the Legion, and that you would be stuck at a below 60 FPS experience with this one rendered natively, I'd say this is actually pretty damn awesome having this kind of tuning potential at your disposal, and I would have no problem enjoying the game like this. So while the actual input lag is not that much better compared to our natively rendered results, I personally got used to it very quickly and rather enjoy the much smoother overall feel of the game, so I would really urge you guys to try it out for yourselves. Arc Raiders on the other hand shows quite impressively how very different the situation can look like in 2025, and you will have once again no problems using the native 1600p resolution of the Legion's OLED and max out the refresh rate as well. And since we already reviewed this one on the website and its 5060 AMD powered counterpart here on YouTube, make sure to check out those reviews for some more insights and game benchmarks for one of the best laptops of 2025. Which brings us to the smallest backpack we have left, and in a slight attempt to troll you guys a little, it houses the largest laptops we are dealing with today. And since weight is always relative, it's actually packing an 18-inch gamer, complete with its charger, some in-ears from Sony's new InZone lineup, and the corresponding mouse to once again make sure you got a complete setup to enjoy your games. The whole package is just slightly more than 5 kg, thanks to the TUF A18 weighing just 2.7 kg on its own, making it one of the lightest laptops with such a massive display you can get your hands on right now. And while in the past the relatively new form factor was reserved for high-end configs, this puppy in its 5060 and Ryzen 7 flavor is actually quite affordable, while still offering a quality chassis, a ton of ports, a fast display and GPU options running at their maximum rated wattage. I got into the Outer Worlds 2 with this one for a little bit, and in the A18's native Full HD resolution at ultra settings, without ray tracing mind you, I got around 40 FPS. And you know the drill by now. You could of course always lower the settings here, but if you are like me and you are a sucker for video game graphics, DLSS and balanced made sure you can enjoy the game at roughly 60 FPS, which is actually quite alright given that this is more of a story-focused first-person game. And for some added smoothness, multi-frame gen gets you close or even above the native 144Hz refresh rate. If you rather enjoy your competitive titles, the TUF is also a great companion for lighter, faster games like CS that actually runs on a potato, or even Fortnite in low to medium settings. You can easily tune such games to run at the maximum refresh rate here, once again giving you the competitive edge on the massive display, which is again quite hard to find in this price range. If you want to dial it up without sacrificing performance and are ready to shell out some additional cash and add a little bit of heft, the MSI Stealth 18 is also a great option. Coming in at still below 3kg, despite being available with 5080 and 5090 configs, it's one of the slimmest and lightest 18 inches with this kind of performance. Inside the super clean and sleek chassis, NVIDIA's higher-end GPU options are still allowed their maximum wattage of 175 watts. And with the 4K 120Hz mini LED display, you will have a great time with this one, be it either for the most demanding AAA games, running even with ray or path tracing, or all of your work or content creation endeavors. We tested both the 5090 config of the Stealth and the 5070 variant of the TUF on the website already, so please make sure to check out those reviews as well. And if you want some more insights into the 5060 variant for the Asus or the 5080 flavor of the Stealth I have right here in front of me, please let me know in the comments below. Alright folks, that should already be it for today's little deep dive into lighter gaming laptops. And the examples I chose today are by no means a complete list. So in the 14-inch space, you should also definitely check out our videos and reviews for laptops like the Zephyrus G14 or the Blade 14. And for the 16-inch form factor, the Legion 7 or Zephyrus G16 are also tough to beat. I'll leave the links to those videos in the description below. But please let me know what you think of our selection today and how important notebook weight is for you in general. I would really like to hear your take on this, so sound off in the comments below. Thanks a ton for watching. A big shout out to Notebooks Billiger for sponsoring today's video, and if you want to get shopping right away, follow the link in the pinned comment or in the description. My name is Alex, you have all been fantastic as always, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.